the Fallout TV series and how it references the Bible. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Baha Hashem Yahushai, Baha Hashem Rakakadash, the honest of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the whole full elect scattered abroad out the four corners of the earth. So, the Fallout series, or the TV series, I should say, is really based off of the game itself. Because I remember that they released Fallout 3 and they released Fallout New Vegas. And so there are many similarities within the franchise when it comes to the Bible. Now, I haven't watched the TV series. I don't have Amazon Prime Video, but it is something that I would like to get to. And so, if you take a look here at this part of the trailer for the TV show, it's this woman that's leaving out of the bunker or a bomb shelter. So, that's something that was always embedded within the franchise of Fallout. You know, the doomsday bunkers and things of that sort. But you have to ask yourself, how did it even get to that point of people, residing in doomsday bunkers? Well, within the series itself, the whole entire U.S. is obliterated by nuclear fallout, nuclear missiles. And so it just so happens that that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great, America. And this is referenced in the Bible. So it's been many, many years since I've dealt with the Fallout franchise, like the classics, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So I had to do a little bit of digging. And so there's actually a character named Joshua Graham in Fallout New Vegas. And I found out that he referenced a scripture. Was it Psalms? Actually, I have it pulled up right here. He read Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So when you really take the scripture in context, this is speaking about the children of Israel getting revenge against Edom, the Edomites. And the Edomites are the top enemy of the nation of Israel. And they're the ones who are mainly responsible for oppressing the Israelites and stopping them from understanding their identity and nationality. They're also the ones that have power over the earth right now. And they are going to be the ones that have power over the earth upon who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, making his second return. That can be read in Daniel chapter 7. As a matter of fact, let me get that. Daniel 7. So let me find the verse. You know what? I'll read verse 14, Daniel 7 and 14. And there was given unto, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So who's that talking about? That's talking about Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Because when he comes back, he's taking over the world. There's not going to be any other nation on this earth that's ruling. There's not going to be any other kingdom that has power. That is one of the reasons why he has to make his return, is to rescue his people, the Israelites, from the hands of the captives. Because the Bible speaks about how the children of Israel will be scattered and oppressed. What is that, Luke 21? I'll come back to Daniel 7, but was that Luke 21? Let's see. Yeah, Luke 21:27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for redemption draws nigh. It says redemption, right? So to have redemption, or to be redeemed, means that you was in a low state and then you're being brought back up into power. So that's the come up of the Israelites. So the true people are waiting on Yahweh Shai to make his return, so that we can be rescued. So let's go back to Daniel. Daniel chapter 7. So let's see. Daniel 7:27. And the kingdom and dominion and greatness, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole earth shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. You see how nothing changes? Let's read verse 24. And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume it and to destroy it unto the end. So that's speaking about the Edomites and their power and rulership, and how it's going to be prevalent on the face of the earth until the arrival of Yahushua. Because their power is just going to be snatched away from them, and they don't even realize how World War III is really synonymous with the return of Yahushua. World War III is in the scriptures as well. I've done many videos about that. So I'm just looking through Daniel chapter 7. It's sort of a deep chapter when you really, really get into the intricacies of it. Look, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever forever and ever. So, we always read that. And when you read the Bible, it says in Psalms 148, it says how the saints of the Most High are the Israelites. That's really all throughout the scriptures. So that's it on Daniel chapter 7. Now, back to speaking about the series. I don't know if I should call it a TV series or a game series. I mean, I guess you could really just use the word series in general because it really is, the TV series is really based off the game series. Which, if you ask me, the game series is a hell of a series, especially when you understand the scriptures. I actually remember playing the series like years ago before I even came into the truth, and then when I come into the truth, it's like wow, it makes you realize how these entertainment companies actually make many references to the Bible. And if you want to take a look at who made the game series, it's actually Bethesda. And Bethesda is referenced in the Bible. The name Bethesda. When you go into the story of Bethesda, it's a pool where people were led to that needed healing. You understand? So now it's like flip it. It's the opposite now. When you're in the Fallout world series, you're dealing with radiation everywhere, all around you. It's in the food, it's in the water. So it's like the same thing that would have healed you, that you loved, it's the same thing that's hurting you due to the nature of people, you know. And also a famous quote from Fallout is war never changes. You gotta actually look up that trailer. Um, that's one of them famous quotes. War never changes. So you're always gonna have casualties within war, and in many cases, wars can be fought for a good cause. But I guess it just depends on which side you're on. Because if you ask the children of Edom, if you ask Edom, there's no war that they want to lose. But guess what? The ultimate war that they are going to lose is World War III. Because that's going to lead to their demise, the complete collapse of power. That's when they're going to be brought back into a time of obscurity. You see, when Esau really rose to power was during the time of the Renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth. And so, if I remember correctly, it was the Renaissance was what, in the 1300s, 1400s, or something like that. So, this was after the Byzantine Empire. And then that's when Edom took over the world. They went on their conquest, enslaving and colonizing people around the world. And so that's just been the story of life for hundreds of years now. But, that's getting ready to change. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the scriptures. I mentioned how Fallout is tied to the Bible, right? So here's one scripture. This is Revelation 8 and 11. The name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. And so again, when you take a look at the Fallout series, the environment is polluted from the radiation from the bombs, the nuclear missiles that dropped. And that's why you have people that reside in bomb shelters, doomsday bunkers. And you also see how the rich today are investing in doomsday bunkers, but that's going to be to no avail. So wormwood, the name of a star which fell into the waters and made them bitter. So let's look up that word. As a type of bitterness. So let's read verse 11 again. And the name of the star called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they became bitter. Meaning that the environment became polluted from the missiles dropping, the nuclear missiles dropping. So that's what that's talking about. So now let's read Revelation 6. Revelation 6 and 13. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll which is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens, in the rocks of the mountains. So that's speaking about the doomsday bunkers, remember? So when it's talking about the stars of heaven falling onto the earth, that's talking about the missiles. It's poetic for the missiles. You see, the people that made the series, because it's really predicated on the game series, they made references to the Bible, like I said. They read the scriptures. This was their inspiration for making the game. And verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So that's speaking about Yahushua. Because remember how I said how World War III and Yahushua's second return is synonymous? You see, when that button gets pushed for those missiles to get launched, that's gonna be the end. That's gonna be the end. You know how the Bible speaks about the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. So since the inception of Babylon the Great, America, it's just been nothing but pain. It's just been pain, oppression, wickedness, evil, right? And then this is when all of that is gonna come to an end. It's when the missiles drop. Because how do you cleanse something? You cleanse something through fire. You know what I'm saying? So remember, Yahushua's return in World War III is all aligned. And then so when the Lord makes his return, he's not sparing anybody. He's not sparing the children of Edom, as I read in Psalms 137, which is actually a scripture that's referenced in Fallout New Vegas, the game. Go look it up on YouTube. Just look up Fallout Bible, and there's a character within the game called Joshua Graham, which the name Joshua is loosely translated means deliverer, which means Yahushua. Okay. So these people that made this series, they did their research and they did many references towards the Bible. So I'm gonna end on that note. Hopefully I'll get around to watching the TV series. It seems good. So anyway, shalom.